Lessons from the Prophet. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, faced unimaginable difficulties in his life. But he always trusted in Allah's plan. When he was faced with persecution, loss, and hardship, he remained patient and adapted to his circumstances, always turning to Allah for guidance and strength. His life teaches us that no matter what comes our way, if we lean on our faith and adjust our mindset, we can handle it. Emotions. Don't fight them. Accept them. A lot of us make life harder than it needs to be. We fight sadness or anger, trying to get rid of these emotions as quickly as possible. But when we resist, we often stay stuck in those feelings for much longer. If we can just accept that feeling sad or angry is part of being human and part of Allah's plan, we'll notice that the negative impact lessens. You become the situation instead of fighting it. And suddenly, it feels much lighter. Another important point. When you stop resisting, you also stop burning yourself out. A lot of us push ourselves to the limit every single day, thinking that if we just work harder, we'll finally be happy or successful. But sometimes, it's not about doing more. It's about being more. It's about being present with whatever is happening in your life, whether it's good or bad, and trusting that Allah's plan is unfolding exactly as it should. Final thoughts. Recently, I've been going through a slower phase in my life. I realized that I had been forcing myself to keep moving, to keep grinding, without taking a moment to just be. And when I finally allowed myself to slow down and accept this phase, I felt a lot more at peace. Life has its ebbs and flows. Not every moment is meant to be a grind. Sometimes we're supposed to slow down and reflect. By embracing these moments, instead of fighting them, I've been able to reach a more peaceful state of mind. Final advice. So next time you're in a tough situation, whether it's a feeling, an environment, or a personal challenge, don't fight it. Become part of it. Adapt to it. Flow with it like water. And trust that Allah has placed you there for a reason. You'll find that when you stop resisting, life feels a lot lighter. Like you're floating through your challenges instead of being weighed down by them. Thank you. Thank you very much for your attention. I hope I gave you something valuable in return. May Allah give us resilience. And remember, and we are closer to Him than his jugular vein. Qur'an 50:16. Allah does not burden a soul beyond that it can bear. Qur'an 2:86. Sometimes life throws us into situations we didn't ask for or feelings we never wanted to experience. Maybe you're in a rough spot emotionally, or maybe you're in an environment that doesn't match your energy or values. We've all been there. It's part of the test of life. But here's the question. What's the best way to handle these difficult situations? It's simple. Do less and be more. Now, before you think I'm just throwing random advice at you, let me share a story to explain this. Adapting instead of resisting. A few weeks ago, I was in a situation that wasn't exactly comfortable for me. It was a gathering, a busy, noisy family event. You know how it is at these big gatherings. Kids running around, people talking loudly, everyone in their own world. It was far from the peaceful environment I usually prefer. At first, I tried to push through, telling myself, just get through this. But as the hours dragged on, I started to feel drained. I couldn't focus on anything. And honestly, I was about to make my exit. And then I remembered something, a simple concept that changed everything for me. It's the idea of adapting to the situation instead of resisting it. Life will throw you into environments or situations that aren't always ideal. Sometimes we resist because it's uncomfortable. But what if, instead of fighting the situation, we just flowed with it? What if we became like water? You've heard the famous Bruce Lee quote, "Be formless, shapeless, like water." Put water in a cup, it becomes the cup. Put it in a bottle, it becomes the bottle. Water doesn't resist the shape, it adapts. The Islamic perspective, trusting Allah's plan. As Muslims, we can take this even further. We are taught to rely on Allah in every situation and trust that His wisdom is beyond